Hi, good evening. Today I want to talk to you about the VRIL pendant and all of the things that you can do with the VRIL pendant. Before I get started, I want to give you the standard disclaimer. All of the information in this video is for entertainment purposes only. The VRIL pendant was created by the author of these books, and also the New VRIL Bible. Now, the original book that started it all, the New VRIL, at the point that this book was written, people were still using VRIL wands, and this book describes in detail how to make a VRIL wand. If I can get it, there we go. Okay, I'm going to show you the information on how to make a VRIL wand. Okay, so basically what you do to make a VRIL wand is you get a 1 foot long piece of copper pipe. And you could get this at any hardware store. For this video, I thought I actually had one of our VRIL wands because back in the day, we used to actually make and sell VRIL wands, and it was absolutely crazy. So if you can make VRIL wands and sell them online, I'm sure you'll be very successful. It became it became a real hassle to manufacture those. So the VRIL pendant was created by this occultist, Franklin H. Saboyan, in order to supersede, to replace the VRIL wand, and to do it better. So the way I'm going to show you the instructions for the VRIL pendant, and I want to talk to you some more about the things that people do with the VRIL pendant. I'm sure you could read that. The New VRIL Vampire Book of Immortality and Power is about how to use the VRIL pendant to move energy from actual people. Okay. And what people will do is they'll have a particular person that they draw VRIL energy from, or it could just be somebody that you're standing behind in the line at the grocery store, and you decided you wanted to draw VRIL energy from them. Now, this book states here that if you draw VRIL energy from somebody, you should try, and it talks about how to move VRIL energy with the power of your will in all of these books here. But to just really drain the person's VRIL energy all into the VRIL pendant, and the author claims that this is completely safe for the person, that the worst that would happen was they might get a bad cold or something. But then once the energy is stored in the VRIL pendant, it can be drawn out of the VRIL pendant and used at will. So you can take little sips of this person's VRIL energy, or you could just transfer all of the VRIL energy that you took from the person, from the VRIL pendant, into yourself or into another object or whatever. There are people that buy many of these VRIL pendants, and the reason that they do that is because they use different VRIL pendants for different purposes. You do not have to do this. You do not need more than one VRIL pendant. I'm not trying to say that you do. You can use one VRIL pendant for all of your VRIL purposes, and you're going to be just fine. But these people, some of the people, what they'll do is they'll take nail polish, colored nail polish, and they'll paint the side of the VRIL pendant depending upon what the VRIL pendant is being used for, whether it's being used for like love purposes or money purposes or even revenge purposes. One of the books that we sell that you can use the VRIL pendant with, but you can also just use ordinary coins with to manipulate the VRIL energy in exactly the same way you do with the VRIL pendant. This is a very interesting book, and it differs from these other books. This book talks about these mysterious entities called the German VRIL entities that are concerned with moving VRIL from place to place, the manipulation of VRIL, and the amplification of VRIL, and so on and so forth. And all of this is done in this book right here by the way of magical ritual, whereas these books are not by magical ritual. These books are use your will, because VRIL energy, as we all know, is moved from place to place by the power of your will, and the power of your VRIL, in the power of your will alone, unless you're using this book, and then you're going to be using your own will along with the will of the German VRIL entities, the alleged German VRIL entities. Another thing that people do with the VRIL pendants is that they will gang them together in order to amplify the VRIL energy. So the VRIL energy would be drawn in through the triangle downside. And in this case, we're ganging 3 VRIL pendants. So if you wanted to move VRIL and amplify this VRIL as it's coming into the VRIL pendants, what you would do is you would imagine the VRIL coming from an object, person, or the books go into all that. But the VRIL energy would come into the first VRIL pendant, be amplified by the second VRIL pendant, and would be stored by the way of your will into the third VRIL pendant. And then that third VRIL pendant would be the hot pendant. And these other two would just be the facilitators. They wouldn't have any VRIL in them because all the VRIL is in this one. Now you could gang up 10 VRIL pendants. You'd have to make sure they were all facing the same way, or you'd screw everything up. But you would just will the VRIL energy to come in through the first VRIL pendant, be amplified 10 times each time when it comes through each VRIL pendant. And then at the very last pendant, that would be the hot pendant, because not only were you drawing out VRIL energy, but you would be amplifying it to such a degree that it would be stronger than the original VRIL energy that you were drawing out of whatever it is you're drawing out of. I'm not going to get into that. The possibilities are endless as far as that goes. I want to talk to you a little bit about how to make a VRIL wand. You would get a 1 foot long piece of standard copper pipe. You would get some 16 gauge steel wire, so it's fairly thick. You would put the, well, first of all, you would draw arrows pointing in this direction. And then imagine there's a copper pipe here. I'm sorry, I don't have one for you. But you would stick the 16 gauge wire down in there, leave about maybe an inch sticking out the bottom. Then you would bend it down the top, roll it around, wrap it around 4 times in only about half an inch for each time you wrap it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you would start to wrap it longer, and then maybe 1.5 times all the way to the bottom. Then when you get to the bottom, you would cut the wire, and you'd have these 2 pieces of wire sticking out, and you would twist those together and shove them down in there, and you've got yourself a ready-made VRIL wand. It is a shame that I could not find the VRIL wand, because I'm almost certain that I've got one, because I remember saving it for myself. Once we stopped selling VRIL wands, I kept this VRIL wand for myself, and I can't find it, and I very much apologize. I really hope you liked this video, and I hope you got all of the information that you came here for. I'm sure there's a heck of a lot of stuff that I forgot to tell you about the VRIL pendants, but it's all explained in these books here. And maybe I'll do another video and actually go through some of these books and show you what's inside. But I hope to see an order from you if you're interested in this stuff. Just a reminder, we do only have a finite amount of VRIL pendants, and once these pendants are gone, they're gone forever. And that's, so if you're in the market for a VRIL pendant, now's the time to do it. And I really appreciate you watching this video. Please follow us on Facebook. Please watch our other videos. And thank you very much. And have a great night.